Good afternoon, welcome to the channel. My name's Daniel, this is Ralph. I figured that as I do YouTube and everybody else in the world who does YouTube and triathlon has done a Kona prediction video, I figured that I'd do the same thing, but with a little bit of a twist. So I'd like you to, go on if you're going to bite. I'd like you to pause this video in a second and put your predictions down below before you hear mine, so go. All done? Okay, so now this is based on how I think the race is going to play out. So for those of you who have been around for a little while will know that I was lucky enough to go to Kona last year. Didn't compete, but I did spend a fair bit of time there, took my bike with me, so I sort of know how tough the conditions can be. On that day, the wind was quite low. This weekend it's forecast to be a fair bit higher, so I think the race will play out very differently. I'll leave a link to those videos down below that I took last year. So, if I start with the women's field, I'll tell you my podium first and then I'll tell you why afterwards. So I think that in first place will be Daniela Ryf, second place will be Lucy Charles. I know what you're thinking, oh, just another Daniela Ryf, Lucy Charles prediction. Good reasons for that. Third place, I think Kim Morrison will be third. Now, you're probably all saying, who's Kim Morrison? So let me start with the first two first. I think Lucy will lead out the swim. I think she'll get caught on the bike. I think the conditions will be tougher than they were last year, and Daniela Ryf will perhaps get a bigger gap off the bike than she did last year. But I think Lucy will keep herself in contention and definitely not lose too much time to Daniela on the run. Kim Morrison. Now, she isn't a big name in triathlon, but I used to live quite near her in Norfolk. I actually went to her for some one-to-one swim coaching a while ago. Obviously didn't listen very well because I still can't swim, but a great athlete and a real source of knowledge. An awesome cyclist. Good swimmer, but an awesome cyclist. I think she holds a national 100-mile record for women in the UK, so fairly handy. So, ringing true with my theory of it being a tough bike like this year, I think that she will close the gap between the leaders and her coming out the swim on the bike course, and I think she'll put herself in a position where she is potentially at the front of the race or very close to. She has actually took time out of Daniela Ryf on the bike leg an Ironman earlier this year, so hopefully we'll see that. I think that the field will break up enough that she will have enough of a buffer, because again, she's a good runner, perhaps not a great runner. She might lose a little bit of time for those behind her, but I think she'll stay up there, so I'd love to see that. On to the men. I think we'll see a different race this year. I think we'll see it being taken out hard in the swim. There's various rumours kicking around about Josh Amberger looking for the swim record. Jan Frodeno saying that he's not interested, but I think on race day he might be interested in hanging onto his feet. So we could see that it's taken out hard. Getting onto the bike, tough conditions. Alistair Brownlee is going to be at the front of the swim, if not the front. He's a racer. I think we'll see for the first time, normally those that come out the front of the swim sort of get on the bike and perhaps wait for a big pack to come and swallow them up. I think we'll see it being taken out hard from the front, and that could perhaps break it up. So what I'm thinking is that definitely Alistair Brownlee, Jan Frodeno will be in that front group and will be attacking off the front. Definitely Josh Amberger as well. He'll be up there in the swim and he's a fairly decent cyclist. I think they will hold that gap or be off the front, and then they will get onto the run course, and it'll be pretty much between Alistair and Jan Frodeno. I think Alistair will edge it, so I think Alistair's going to be first, Jan Frodeno second, and in third place I think will be Cam Worth. I think we'll see a strong chase pack, a motivated chase pack, so made up of probably the likes of Joe Skipper, Cam Worth, Andre Dreitz, those sorts of big powerhouses on the bike. But I don't think anybody other than Cam Worth will have that edge to not only just stitch together a strong bike leg and a bike leg that will close that gap between yourself and the leaders, but to also be able to run a half decent marathon off the back of that. So I think Cam Worth will round off that podium. But what do you think? How do you think the race will play out? Let me know down below what your top three will be for the male and female. I think I also quite like the idea of who's going to have the fastest bike split for each gender. I like cycling. I do look at the bikes, but I know it's all about the overall race. But if we throw that in the mix as well, I think Kim Morrison will take the fastest bike for the women, and I think that Cam Worth will take the fastest bike for the men. But again, let me know down below. I can't wait to watch it on Saturday night. I'm literally going to watch it from start to finish. Liz also texted me what her predictions were going to be for the Ironman. She wanted me to tell you guys, but sorry Liz, we've done 4.5 minutes already and people are bored. But hers was different to mine. If she's right, I will post up and say, Liz, you've done really well, you predicted them, but if not, then sorry. Anyway, catch you later.